Hey guys, we are back in the building for another video. Honey, I ran to my computer. I was trying to get my hair braided and I just had to come on here because we got to talk. Now listen, frick and frack. I'm thinking freak and liar because we getting some information about these two that's just not, it ain't good. How about that? So let's start off with Porsha Williams. Now, Porsha Williams has did an interview with People magazine, or is it US Weekly? Let me see. I don't recall. But anyways, let's see. One of those people. But anywho, Porsha Williams seems to love um that particular company. I don't remember if it's US Weekly or People. I think it's People because Simon's lawyer actually said that she is the one that released the divorce filing to this particular magazine, blog, or whatever they call themselves. Well, here's the deal. Porsha is coming out saying that, she's free. But one thing she said, which I was like, girl, we knew that already. She says, well, maybe she can find love with a woman or something like that. Now, I mean, that's her prerogative if that's what she chooses to do. But the fact of the matter is, when she was on Real Housewives of Atlanta and people kept saying Porsha likes women, she denied it. And this is what I keep telling y'all about Porsha. Porsha just is not an honest person. But most interestingly, now she's saying that she could possibly, maybe she thought about being with a woman. Let's get into
I
it.
know when I was online with my husband, we made it look like things made our marriage. Made it look like being on a private jet made our marriage, having Rolls Royces made our marriage, and all this stuff made our marriage. It's not what made our marriage. What made our marriage was us. The love we had, the way he stuck by my side, the way I stuck by his side, the way we didn't give a damn about what nobody had to say about us. And now I'm having to get that same strength from within because I can't reach to him and get it. You know what I mean? And at the same time, I'm battling him. I'm battling the person who I loved. Like that, it's the worst thing ever. Like I really don't wish divorce on anybody. I don't wish a horrible breakup on anyone, because when you allow your brain and your heart to connect with someone and your energy to connect with someone like that, and then you have to battle them, it is like the worst nightmare you have ever experienced. It really is. I don't know. It's lonely. I can't connect with other men. It's like people trying to introduce me, but it's just when it's not the same, it's not the same. So I'm going to do it different this time. I'm going to be alone until I'm whole. And then when I'm whole, then I will, open myself back up so I don't make the same mistake again. When you go through a bad enough breakup, you're like, I don't like nobody. Like, you're like, I don't like nobody. I was sitting there, I was like, do I like women enough? Can I get with a woman? Like, who can come in and fill this void? Like, oh my God, somebody. I have got to be able to sit with someone and feel a part of what I felt with him. But I don't yet. It'll come. It'll come. But I'm like, and I think that now that I'm realizing that, because what I've decided is that I'm not going to look for it anymore. So I'm not going to like push myself into dating or anyone or trying to figure out, who do I like? Who could I be around? Because this is probably also part of healing. I mean, just sitting with this, sitting with being alone, sitting with the loss, and let myself heal the loss. And I know I'm crying right now, but I feel good every day. Each day I get better. Each day I feel stronger. But I ain't gonna lie, it's hard. It's hard living lonely when you have to live lonely for a while.
Well, here's my commentary on this. Girl, go to acting school or get you an acting gig, because those were a lot of lies that you told. And if you read the comments, nobody believed it. First of all, girl, when you're whole, Do you know what whole is? You bounce from boing yoing to boing yoing. So I don't think you understand what whole is. And in all actuality, listening to Porsha, I realized something about her. She is a broken, damaged woman. And I'm going to tell you why. Whenever you seek outward for validation, it's something you have to fix inside. Because wanting to be in a relationship or being, going out on a date every now and then, or even if you want to be married or in a committed relationship, it should not have anything to do with making you feel good, or it shouldn't make you feel whole, because that means that you're not a whole person right now. So you should never be a half a person or 25% of a person looking for another person. So what I got from this is that Porsha definitely has some work to do inside, and not because she is no longer married. I'm strictly going off of what she's saying, because as we watched her on this show, Real Housewives of Atlanta, which is frankly the only reason why we talk about her. If she wasn't on the show, we would not even be talking about her. Okay. So she talks about healing. If you paid attention to Porsha in her relationships, she went from man to man. When did she ever heal and work on herself? Some women go from diak to diak. That's just what they do. You go from one to another. You don't heal. And maybe in some instances, you don't need to heal. But the fact of the matter is that you don't love yourself enough to just be with yourself. That's a problem. Whenever you need a man to feel validated, or whenever you need a man to feel whole, or, I can't be by myself, I need somebody. Girl, you need to see a therapist. I think you said you had one. So that is good. But what I got from this is Porsha is lying yet again. Now, she made an interesting comment toward the end, but you won't feel it when those payments don't come in, because um, I understand you happy now, but I don't think you're going to end happy, because we all know the saying, you reap what you sow. And so in this situation, I think that is exactly what you're getting, because you can only get away with stuff for so long. And I don't, and in fact, it's not just me. A lot of people believe that you didn't love this man. And it's okay to just own it. If you didn't, I think I would appreciate Porsha a lot more if she just owned it. Just own who you are. And I think that is pretty much everybody's problem with her. She lies too much. I mean, if you take a look at these comments, everybody is pretty much saying the same thing. Girl, go to hell and stop telling your lies. That's pretty much what they're saying. So nobody believes it. Nobody believes it, Porsha. Only person believes it is the girls like you who use their box to get stuff from men. I mean, maybe they believe it, but it's okay. You didn't like him. We get it. He probably thought that too. I don't know. But moving on from Dusty Porsha, we got to get into Phaedra, y'all. And I'm going to tell y'all this. I am so very disappointed in Phaedra, because I like Phaedra. I cheered for her, and people was in the comments trying to drag her. And I was like, y'all know what? That situation with her and Kandi was so long ago. Give her a chance. But now we finding out that Phaedra is up to her dirty tricks again, lying on people. And here's the deal, y'all. This is where it gets even a little bit crazy, okay? Phaedra was just on the Married to Medicine cast, where they invited Apollo on there, which, Apollo and Shireen, I thought it was really dirty. I was like, why did they do that? Y'all know what? I don't feel sorry for it no more, because they're allegedly saying that Phaedra is the one that got this man to come on the Real Housewives of Atlanta and tell a flat out lie on Angela's husband. Now, Phaedra, you did not learn from the situation with you and Kandi, and you are back up to your tricks. And I think you need to just go, Phaedra, because we don't want to see this bullshit, this orchestrated lies. And in fact, you were just on Married to Medicine having a hissy fit because you didn't like the way that you were treated. And they did bring your ex-husband on there. I feel like, they probably shouldn't have, but they didn't tell a lie on you. Here we go with these lies again, Phaedra, and nobody is seeing it for you, Phaedra. Nobody. Now, for you, those of you that may not know what I'm talking about, we're going to get into it. If you guys have watched this last episode of The Real Housewives of Atlanta, let's say you didn't watch it. So I'm going to play a snippet of it what you're going to see is actually, I have it on the screen. You hear a man saying, "Can I talk to you off camera?" is what he's saying. Well, what they're saying is this guy was allegedly paid by Phaedra to come and lie on Angela's husband, and it's giving Phaedra, we sick of your wigs, we sick of you and your damn lies. And you need to get the hell up off this show. So y'all, let's get into it. And look how Phaedra is acting. So, and me studying her behavior now is letting me know when she tell lies. So this guy is coming up to Angela like, "Look, I gotta talk to you." Let's finish.
But it's different. Like
Okay. What's your name?
I'm
Marcus. How do I know you, Marcus?
I don't think you know me, but I know your husband.
You don't. I don't think you know me, but I know your husband. Look at Phaedra.
Under my restaurant before.
Oh.
I would like us to talk, so I can tell you something that you might not know. Some things you might not know about us.
Oh wow. Who are you?
Okay, so this is what started the internet to going crazy. But again, y'all, it's a lie. So this is where it's just like, Phaedra, girl, we sick of you and your orchestrated lies. You were able to get back on this show because Kandi left. And here you go lying on people again. Phaedra, we are sick of you. We are sick of your lies. If you can't give us nothing on this show, instead of lying on people, Bravo need to let you go because it's clear, Phaedra, that you don't have anything to give. Go away. And Phaedra, stop with these lies saying Angela looks old. Angela actually looks younger than you. It's just that you got this big wig on and these eyelashes, which is fine. But why do women cover up their entire natural look? We don't even know what they look like. And now all of a sudden they want to throw shade at somebody else when we don't even know what you look like. You've been wearing, Phaedra, do you ever come on camera without makeup? We want to know what you really look like because we forgot. You know, you went from what is that? The Southern Belle to Southern Hoe. Okay. So let's get into what, and I'm going to play y'all the audio of what happened on Carlos King's interview with Angela Oakley. Now, let me kind of break it down for y'all. Okay, let me break it down for y'all. Now, word on the street is that people were saying that, you know, this guy was, you know, allegedly hired by someone. Okay, well, they're saying that the hiring was allegedly from Phaedra. Now, that is what the streets, well, I'm not even going to say the streets because Angela Oakley said it. Okay. So, what I'm going to do, I was going to play the audio, but I actually want to show y'all the actual, shucks, the actual footage. I'm not sure what the hell just happened. So, I'm going to show y'all the actual footage of, Carlos King and I can't even talk, y'all. Carlos King and Angela's interview. And in this interview, excuse me, excuse me, y'all. So in this interview, she pretty much says that they found out that this entire thing with this guy showing up saying that he knew Charles was orchestrated by Phaedra. And it is so irritating because I know I wasn't the only one to see it, but did y'all see the scene where Angela was going to, you know, she was motioning to hug Phaedra, and maybe Phaedra didn't see it, but Phaedra hugged Charles first. I didn't like that either, but let's kind of get into it. This video is courtesy of Carlos King. Carlos King, his channel is, oh, that's the wrong one. I'm sorry. I'm sharing y'all the wrong one. Okay, let's look at Carlos King channel because I don't be remembering. Let's see. Carlos King is, here we go. So Carlos King, that is the name of his YouTube channel. So this video is coming straight from Reality with the King, I guess is what we want to call it.
Phaedra came back to the show. You watched the show before. Prior to Phaedra coming back this season, were you a fan of Phaedra?
You know what? I was a fan of the one read that she had. You know, what you will know is that your husband, you know,
The
with
pizza,
the sperm bank,
the
all
sperm
of
bank
that.
pizza comment. Yeah,
My daughter, you know, that went platinum in our house with my daughter. So I was a fan of that. But as far as her character, no. I really, you know, she was quiet. She had a little few jabs, but I was mostly Team Kenya during that whole, you know, back and forth. Because Kenya just cracked me up, you know, and her little reads back and forth with Phaedra. No shade to Phaedra. It's just that that's who I, you know, liked in that little battle.
So when Phaedra,
I just want to jump in there, y'all. Like now that we can see a real good picture of Angela face do not look old. So who Phaedra, stop it. Angela has a very clean look. She doesn't have 13 pounds of makeup on. She does not look old. Now her voice, if I heard her voice, I would think that she was older just because of her voice. But her face does not give old. And I'm gonna be honest, if it was her and Phaedra, I would say Phaedra was the oldest. And I'm just keeping it real. I just need to say that, y'all. Let's jump back into it.
came back to the show, what were your thoughts as you were filming with her?
You know what? It's so crazy. And I was just like, I don't know. I feel like she was going to come for me. I just felt like I just didn't feel the energy would be authentic. And that's just, and I have a little bit of discernment. I have a great sense of discernment. I just kind of felt like that would be the case. And I mentioned it to someone who will remain nameless unless she wants to come forward. And she was
Is
like,
this a former housewife of Atlanta?
yeah.
Okay.
And she was like, she wouldn't do that. She's not going to come for you. I was just like, it just makes sense. You know, I felt like she would. And I wasn't wrong. She did. You know what I mean? She did. Even watching it now, I see the jabs she's making. I see the inroads she's making to my husband and the things she said about him. So I wasn't wrong. My discernment wasn't wrong. And a lot of fans are like, Phaedra don't have, you know, I mentioned it on another interview.
So I have one other thing to say, guys. Phaedra was the one that was on Married to Medicine saying that she wished that when her and Apollo was going through their divorce, that she had been in the midst of ladies like the ones on Married to Medicine, because she had found out that they had rallied behind Dr. Simone and Cecil when they were going to get a divorce. So why is Phaedra trying to ruin this woman's marriage? This is giving Phaedra, the men must ain't coming like that, because why would you try to ruin someone's marriage over a lie?
They were like, Phaedra doesn't have to come for you. Who do you think you are? No one knows you. I was just like, yeah, it's something there.
Why do you think Phaedra is coming for you? You're watching the show. She's making tons of comments about your looks. Why do you think Phaedra is coming for you so soon?
Because who else? Who else? This is a show. Like, who else? And it wouldn't be Porsha. Her and Shamia had her back and forth. Kelly and Britt, no one would, nobody would have cared, And so here I am. And so why not? Why not?
Do you believe what we're seeing happening now with these episodes airing? We just saw this recent episode that, there's this rumor that Charles is still cheating on you, and that comes out, and you and Phaedra have a back and forth about it. Do you believe Phaedra started this rumor that Charles is still cheating on you?
Absolutely, 100%. Yeah.
And you know this because
of the person she used to start the rumor told me it was her.
Do you believe this person?
I know I don't need to rewind that. There is no misunderstanding about this. Angela Oakley says that she knows for a fact. This ain't no allegedly. Angela is saying she knows for a fact that Phaedra did it because the guy told her that it was Phaedra. So we ain't sitting here trying to figure out that, maybe it was Phaedra. The lady said, the guy said that Phaedra was the one that did it. I'm just trying to wonder, how is Phaedra going to deny this? How is she going to deny this? What is Phaedra going to say? For real. How is she going to get out of this?
telling you the truth?
Yes, he had a lot to lose if he didn't. And it's just who he is and things that he done in his past. He didn't want to come to light. So
You're not going to believe what happened. Tell me.
I don't understand why I just got a dang on commercial and I got YouTube Premium. Is that weird or what? But anywho, y'all, that's it. Phaedra done lied again. And, we over her in her lies. It's just, at some point, when does it stop? When does it stop? Like, Phaedra, how many times are we going to go through this with you and your lies? You are just back on this show for something that you did before, and people still remember it, and they're still talking about it, but yet you're doing it again. Doing it again.
Out about it. And I was just like, you're going to tell me, what happened and who sent you. And he beat around the bush and he just said, I'm going to tell you. And he did tell us. And then there was just this connection to Athens, Georgia. I'm like, I've never met anybody from Athens, Georgia, ever. And I've been in Georgia 20 years. Never, And to be in a room with 4 people from Athens at the same time, I was just like, okay. But yeah, he did tell me. And I do 100% believe him. I do, because everything made sense. Like, your sister went to high school with her brother. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you come in this room and you don't know anybody here, but ironically, your sister went to high school with Phaedra's brother. I'm like, okay. So it was like, Angela, I told you the truth. And he did.
Wow.
How did you feel about that once that was all discovered?
I was disappointed.
So we know that Phaedra is up to her old tricks yet again. And I'm going to be honest with y'all. The comments are commenting and people, they letting Phaedra have it. Phaedra is getting drugged yet again. She's getting drugged for filth. If we go and look at these comments, the same thing I said is the same thing everybody else is saying. They're like, here Phaedra go yet again. She was allowed to come back on this show and she's back again with her damn lies. And everybody is pretty much dragging the entire hell out of her. And I'm going to be honest, I definitely like me some Phaedra, but I don't know why she lies so much. I guess I don't understand why is it so necessary for her to operate, that she has to constantly tell lies all of the time. And I feel like, if she doesn't have anything to give, I guess I don't understand why she's here. What I did learn, though, is Phaedra actually was only on the cast for 10 days before they wrapped. So I guess she really couldn't give much in 10 days. But still, we're still at the same place that we left off. Phaedra telling lies, making up lies on people, and it just needs to stop. Like it really needs to stop. Telling a lie on this woman and her husband, talking about her husband is cheating, is just too much. It's too much. And I would have thought, that after Phaedra set out before with the lies, that she would have come back and have learned her lesson. But again, she's still lying. And I'm very interested to know, what is she going to say on the reunion? Is she going to own it, or is she going to lie for another 20 years like she did when she lied on Kandi?
She don't miss nothing, got the scoop on lock. Spilling all the tea while it's still too hot. Lakeysha Keysha, queen of the plot.